Joyful Adventure Audits, come join the ride. Joyful Adventure.
Welcome back to Joyful Adventure Audits. If you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to join our growing community of urban explorers and Birmingham history enthusiasts. Today we're continuing our ongoing series on the Lost Pubs of Birmingham. It's like doing a pub crawl of former closed pubs, except instead of getting drunk, we're getting educated about our city's disappearing heritage. If you haven't checked out this series yet, there's a whole playlist waiting for you. Today we're looking at what has to be one of the most confusing pub name changes in Birmingham, the closed and boarded-up pub at Illeybrook Square in Woodgate Valley. The faded and partially missing pub sign says Hobson's Choice as of May 22, 2025, but this place has had more identity crises than a teenager. Let me try to untangle this mess of names for you. Right, so this pub at 96, Clapgate Lane, Woodgate Valley, has been called Hobson's Choice originally and currently on the sign. Then it became the Hairy Lemon. Then it was the Woodgate Inn. And then it went back to Hobson's Choice again. Are you confused yet? Because I certainly am. It's like the pub couldn't make its mind up what it wanted to be called. This is a detached modern estate pub sitting in a small shopping parade, though parade might be generous considering most of the shops are shuttered. The building itself is in dull brown brick with a house area and a lower level extension. Now, one reviewer back in 2014 said something quite amusing. They noted that whilst it's pretty brutal architecturally, there's something in the design and colour that reminded them of Kenilworth Castle Keep. I mean, that's quite the comparison for a 1970s estate pub. Inside, the pub had a couple of rooms. There was a lounge area, but that was often closed off, and the main bar area was dominated by a pool table and dartboard. The decor was described as grey with white ceiling and laminate flooring, with some yellow touches around a couple of generic black and white photos, and yellow bays on the pool table. One thing that's consistent in the reviews, no real ale. This was very much a keg beer establishment, with M&B Mild being the go-to drink at around £2.60 a pint back in 2019. Now, here's where it gets interesting timing-wise. The pub seems to have had its final closure around 2019, though there are conflicting reports about earlier closures around 2016. I found a review from 2019 where someone visited when it was called Hobson's Choice again. They initially thought it was closed because all the curtains on the two-story lounge side were drawn, but there were lights on in the public bar. The reviewer found the landlady welcoming and the regulars friendly, saying the visit exceeded my admittedly low expectations considerably. Fast forward to 2025, and the pub has been boarded up and abandoned for around 6 years now. It's been closed for the final time since 2019, and like so many of Birmingham's community pubs, it's just sitting there deteriorating, waiting for, well, probably demolition and more flats, if we're being honest. What strikes me about this place is that despite its rather grim appearance and the brutal 1970s architecture, the reviews consistently mention friendly staff and welcoming regulars. It might not have looked like much from the outside, situated in what one reviewer called a dismal little parade of shuttered shops, but it served its community. This was clearly a proper locals pub, the kind of place where you'd go for a game of pool, watch the telly, and have a chat with the regulars. Not glamorous, but serving an important social function. And that's what we're really losing with these pub closures, isn't it? It's not just about the buildings, though this one with its multiple personality disorder of names certainly had character. It's about the community spaces. These estate pubs might not win any architectural awards, but they were the beating heart of their neighborhoods. Places where locals could afford a pint, have a game of pool, and feel part of something. The Hobson's Choice, or Woodgate Inn, or Hairy Lemon, whatever you want to call it, is just another casualty in the ongoing decimation of Birmingham's pub culture. From grand Victorian gin palaces to modest estate locals like this one, they're all disappearing at an alarming rate. This pub's story of constant name changes and ultimate closure is sadly typical of what we're documenting in our Lost Pubs of Birmingham series. Each one tells a story not just of bricks and mortar, but of communities and the social spaces that held them together. Make sure to check out our playlist if you want to see more of these forgotten locals. We've covered dozens of Birmingham's lost pubs, each with their own unique stories and quirks. What do you think about the closure of community pubs like this? Do you remember the Hobson's Choice, or the Woodgate Inn, or whatever it was calling itself when you knew it? Did you ever have a pint there? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your memories. If you're enjoying this series and want to see more of Birmingham's disappearing heritage, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for joining me on another stop on our virtual pub crawl of Birmingham's lost locals. I'm Joyful Adventure Audits, and I'll see you in the next one.
Where the stories froze, the laughter's gone where the ale once flowed. A pool table sits like a forgotten friend, dusty and quiet as the nights pretend. Ghosts of the estate pub whisper low. Where did the pints and the people go? Dartboard hanging like a crooked frame, a silent pub with no chosen name. The jukebox sighs its songs undone. A shadow lingers where the bar was spun. Memories flicker like a neon sign, but the light fades fast and it can't rewind. Ghosts of the estate pub whisper low. Where did the pints and the people go? Dartboard hanging like a crooked frame, a silent pub with no chosen name. Birmingham nights feel cold tonight. No clinking glass, no warm lamplight, just the echoes of what could have been. A hollow shell where life gave in. Ghosts of the estate pub whisper low. Where did the pints and the people go? Dartboard hanging like a crooked frame, a silent pub with no chosen